Welcome to Turnberry Towers. Let's go check it out. Today, we're very excited to be here with Jennifer Caro, extraordinary mortgage lender and human being. And we're here to learn about Turnberry Towers. And this is episode 1 of Las Vegas Locals, where we're going to be shedding some light on different neighborhoods and different communities in Las Vegas for people who might be curious about that.
Awesome.
So Jen, thank you so much for joining us today and for helping us explore your awesome community of Turnberry Towers.
Absolutely.
How long have you lived in Turnberry Towers?
Man, when you asked me that question, actually about a week ago, I actually had to think about it, and I have been here a little over 8 years.
Wow.
I was surprised that it's been that long, actually.
I know, sometimes we get in the habit of saying a certain amount of years, and then years pass by, and that number changes, and you forget to update it.
Exactly.
So now you're updated. So 8 years you've lived in Turnberry Towers.
Yes.
And I have a million questions for you about what it's like to live in Turnberry Towers and what your experience has been like. But what I'd like to start with is, first, what do you love about living in Turnberry Towers? Because I know you do love it because you have raved about it to me before.
Absolutely, I really do, and I'm not gonna lie, I tried to move out probably 4 years ago. I'm like, you know what, I need to buy a home, I need to invest in myself, and at first, the HOA, I'm not gonna lie, kind of shocked me. I'm like, I don't wanna pay $1,000 a month in association fees. Long story short, I started looking at homes, went around the city, and nothing really compared to the lifestyle and everything that you get by living here. So I just bought here. And I loved it. I've never looked back. There are amenities and everything that you get for the price. The way that I put it, I did the math. If I have a beautiful pool and a tennis court and a putting green, a little dog park, a resort style pool, all of these things, probably would cost you even more in maintenance. So for me, the security is a really big deal as well. As a single woman, that's very important to me. And you cannot beat the location. Literally, central Las Vegas, I can be 30 minutes all the way in Green Valley and Lake Mead, or 30 minutes all the way in Summerlin, Red Rock Country Club. So I'm really in a dead center in the heart of Las Vegas.
Yes, Sahara and Las Vegas Boulevard is pretty hard to beat. That's pretty much the center of everything.
Yes,
so, that's a great
course.
location. I'm curious, when you bring up location, that made me think, driving in here, I noticed you're right next to the monorail. Have you ever ridden the monorail down to somewhere?
I have not.
You have
I have
never
not
ridden
ridden the monorail, and I'm not opposed to it. One of my neighbors said it was super easy, especially with Uber taking forever. They just hop on and you're down.
I would think if I lived here, I would hop on the monorail to go to the stadium now, because it goes all the way to Mandalay Bay,
Yes,
and then I can walk across the street.
And I can't speak from experience, but like I said, my neighbors ride it all the time, and I said it's very convenient. It's literally a block away.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
What is parking like here? Is it easy for you? Is it convenient?
It is amazing to park here. There's a valet service, so I typically like to valet. Spoiled that way, I guess. But
So let me get this straight. You drive up to the front of your building,
yes.
and somebody takes your car and you walk inside.
Exactly.
That is very
yes.
nice. That sounds very nice.
It is super nice, but I do have an assigned parking. I couldn't tell you what it is, which number, but there's because I
So you're not using it?
I don't use it. I don't use my assigned parking. But if we do have friends over, which I have gatherings often, I have people I love to entertain and have friends over. You've come to
I came to one of your awesome events.
So if there's plenty of parking upstairs, and with the summer heat, it's covered, which I love, so your guests aren't in the blaring sunshine, and especially during the Vegas summers.
The hot months.
Yeah, the hot months,
Yeah,
exactly.
the brutally hot months.
But there's plenty of parking upstairs for everybody.
Yeah, what is the extent of the security here? I noticed there's a gentleman at the gate when we drove in. There's another person at the front desk when we came in the building. And so you're not getting in here unless you have permission, is what it looks like.
Absolutely, that is, and to me, I didn't think initially back then, my younger self, it was that important, but after living here, I first leased here for a few years until I purchased my unit, but
Okay.
I think it's so crucial and important, especially, like I said, being a single woman or even just a general person with these break-ins and all of that. So you have security at the gate. So if you're coming in, you can't even come in without having permission. Or if I have if it's a parent or a best friend that can always come in, you can add them to the list.
Oh, nice.
So they never have to.
To make it more convenient for somebody that's coming in.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Okay.
And then you have the concierge up front. They'll buzz you up to the unit. And it's so secure here, I can't even go to a neighbor's house. The neighbor has to let me go to their floor. So my key fob only works on my level.
So you mentioned the HOA fee. Now, I'm a realtor, and I looked up a bunch of the HOAs in this building. It seems like they vary between units. Is that true? So
They do.
Okay, because I saw quite a big range, and you mentioned $1,000.
That the $1,000, it's a little under $1,000. It's 900 some change. That's including the master plan fee.
Okay.
So there's 2 towers here at Turnberry Towers, east and west, and there is a master association. And that master HOA I included in that total because it is a monthly fee as well.
Okay.
And then the monthly HOA is going to be dependent on your square footage of your unit, whether you have a 1 bedroom, the 2, or the 2 with the loft.
Oh, okay.
Or
That's
the
how that's
other.
figured out. Okay,
Yeah.
so bigger unit, bigger HOA.
Correct.
Okay, interesting. And what is included in that HOA? Because that sounds like a very high number to many people, unless you're living in a country club. That's a normal HOA for some country club living. So it sounds like a ton of amenities. You've mentioned a few of them already. So
Yes.
what would be an unusual amenity? Is there anything that's like, you're like, wow, I can't believe I get this by living here? Or is it the pool?
I mean, well, it's...
The reason I asked that is I heard that they do your dry cleaning. I don't know, is that not true?
No, you have to pay for the dry cleaning. And,
Oh, okay.
And I'll be the first to say, I'm like, wow, I can probably save a little bit more if I just drop it off myself. And then my dry cleaning would sit there for 2 months.
Right.
Time is money, it's very valuable. So it saves me so much time. I just bring my bag downstairs and then I pick it up when it's ready.
That sounds very convenient.
It is super convenient, and I've been using their service, and they do a great job. I've been using their service for a long time. Concierge, everyone's super friendly. The people here are like family and super nice. Like they even know when I leave. Like my car's already up front for work.
Wow.
But we're in the social room right now. There's games. There's a massage chair. You can rent it out for private events.
Now, when you say rent it out, do you just reserve it, or are you paying for it?
You reserve it, and then you pay like a security in case they break the TV or something.
Which you get back.
What you get back.
So you're not technically paying to rent it, but you're just securing
No,
it.
you're not, but let's say you max it out, it's 100 plus capacity, you max it out and they need extra security or another valet, then you do pay a little extra to have that extra people, but to me it's all worth it, and then your guests get that 5-star service. Where
Absolutely.
Like,
What about like if you wanted to hang out at the pool with a bunch of your friends? Is that something you can do?
Absolutely, and
Okay.
I do that often. To me, the resort style pool is one of my favorite things, and then I love to grill, so there's 2 huge grills with a little table. Even in the winter, I'm out there with my little cabin, like grilling downstairs, but yeah, and it's open 24/7.
Oh, really?
And
That's surprising. Usually the
have-
pool's closed at some point at night.
yeah, and out there they have like a TV and a bar and a kitchen, so it's super convenient, a refrigerator, so it's really like an entertainer's dream.
That sounds amazing.
And you get to know the people in your community, in your neighborhood. It's super awesome.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm curious about that because I'm big on places that have a sense of community. I love spending time in small towns in Mexico, for instance, and small towns in the United States too. It's just cool when there's a sense of community. So you mentioned that here. So are you saying there is a sense of community here with the other residents that live
Oh,
here?
absolutely, of course.
That's really cool.
People get together. Hey, like we're going to the barbecue, meet me downstairs, or sometimes we'll go down and do like a little potluck grill. So it's super.
One thing I'm curious about is moving into a unit here. How do you get your stuff in there? Is there a service elevator?
There is. There's a service
Okay.
elevator that's a lot bigger, and so that it doesn't disrupt the guest and the people that are living here. Literally, they just come in through the back, and it's like the underground.
Okay.
But it's very simple. They come in through the back, and you can just move. I mean, no one will even know you're moving, really,
Wow.
because they won't even unless you go into the service elevator.
Now, you have one entrance into your unit.
Yes.
Okay. So eventually they're going to have to come through that hallway. to get to
Correct.
your unit.
Eventually, yeah.
Yes.
Just there.
But most of the hall is going to be done behind the scenes.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's like in the lower level.
Back of house, as we say.
Yes, exactly.
Talk to me about what do you eat when you're not cooking your own food in your unit. if you want to grab something to eat quickly around here that's convenient,
okay. Man,
what are you going to do?
One thing I absolutely love that really didn't exist when I first moved here, and thanks to our governor and everything else with the tax credits, there's a big movement, as you know, in the arts district.
Yes.
So for me personally, I love hanging out down there.
You're very close, right?
Super close.
How long does it take you to get to the art district?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And my gym is out there. I go to F45. It's super convenient. So I can go there, and there's a gym here too that is great. That has a lot of.
So why would you have a gym membership somewhere if you have a gym here?
I like the classes, and
Okay.
it's a little bit different. You know, like it's HIIT training, which I really enjoy.
Yeah.
So I like to mix it up. I know I have a couple of gym memberships.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But here, I work out here as well.
Okay.
So it's super.
If you need to squeeze something in quickly, you've got this
Yeah.
here. If you want to get the full meal deal over there with the classes and
Right,
everything.
more like the cardio, and then like
Yeah.
mix it up a little bit different.
Is there anything that you were just not crazy about living here? You said you thought about a house at a time, and you decided this, and this sounds amazing to be honest. This sounds very convenient. I value convenience. I pay all the time for convenience in my life, and I'm happy doing that because I value my time. And I think a lot of us come to that conclusion in life that we realize that's the most valuable thing that we have.
Oh, for sure.
More valuable than money in many cases.
Yeah.
And so, is there anything that you moved in here and you just thought, like I'll give you an example. When I moved to Nevada from Oregon, in Oregon you can register any vehicle for $83 for 4 years. That's the cost to register a vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
Any vehicle,
I didn't
no
know
matter the
this.
cost of the vehicle.
Wow.
It's one of the least expensive states in the whole union in order to register a vehicle. So in California, if somebody moves here from California, they probably don't feel like they're getting charged an arm and a leg to register a vehicle. When I moved here from Oregon, I almost had a heart attack when they told me how much money I was going to pay to register my vehicle. I said, for 1 year? I said, are you kidding me? So is there anything when you moved in here that you just thought, I'm not crazy about it?
If I can, one thing I'm not crazy about, and I'm just being brutally honest, and this is part of, sometimes when I get home, I'm like, man, valet's closed. I have to park my car. But not only that, I'm a girl. I like fashion. I love clothes. My closet's pretty big, but I have one of the 2 units, but I take up both closets. So maybe a little bit as far as like the closet space, and I'm very familiar with the smaller ones. If you have a lot of stuff, it'd be a little bit difficult to get all your stuff in there, but.
Is there 3 sizes of units? Is that it?
There's 3 or 4.
3 or 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's, so maybe that piece, but other than that, there's really not a lot of negatives.
You love it.
I love it.
You love it?
And like I said, I did the math when I even looked at different properties when I first thought, like, I'm not paying $1,000 for it. But if you think about it, your lawn guy, $80.
Yes.
Your pool guy,
$140.
$140.
Yeah, $150.
And then you have your cleaning and all these amenities. It's so.
You probably don't have a water bill here.
We don't have a water bill, and the electric, even my highest electricity bill, probably maybe, like 110, 120.
Yeah, so when you add it all up,
Exactly.
it's actually not a very high HOA considering what you're getting for it. And those are things that you're going to go pay for in life if you have a house.
For sure. I lived in a 2,700 square foot home. During the summer months, my electric bill was $450 for 4 months straight. So.
And if there's a pool, then it's $600 or $700.
Yeah, and I didn't have a pool.
Right. I'm saying if you have a pool on a house that size, then your electric bill in the summer is even more.
Exactly.
So that's interesting. So this place sounds like a phenomenal place to live. What I'm curious about, I've been married for over 15 years and I have 2 kids. I'm curious, would a family be happy living here?
It really depends on the family's lifestyle that you want, but there are kids here. There's actually new kids. I see some new faces and they're getting ready for school. And I think so. But again, for me, it's like the space thing. But there are kids and family. I think yes, for someone wanting that particular lifestyle and everything else, I think it would be.
So depending on what a family values, what their wants and needs are, it could work for a family.
Absolutely, and especially
it is working for some. It sounds like.
For sure, yeah. There's not a whole lot of kids, but there are kids here often. You know?
I think when my wife sees this video, she's going to want to move here based on everything you said about the way that life is here, because she also values convenience and luxury lifestyle. So, what about pets? You mentioned there's a doggy park.
There is.
People have pets here?
A lot. a lot of pets here.
Okay.
So, I mean, I dog sitted for a friend of mine, and we just go around. There's little doggy trails, and we just walk.
So you just jump in the elevator,
yes.
with the dog, come downstairs, you keep him on a leash probably when you
Of
visit that.
course, yeah, you have to.
You have to keep him on the leash. And the dog park is Little Dog Park.
A small dog park's right by the putting green. It's over here in the corner. But,
Okay.
but yeah, they can go down there. But usually a lot of people even go for walks in the morning, and there's plenty of pets here.
Okay.
Actually.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, cool. What about renting out a unit and putting it on Airbnb? Is that something that's allowed in this community, or is it not allowed in
Don't
this
quote
community?
me in this, but I don't believe short-term rentals are allowed.
Okay.
I don't believe
You're
it
pretty
is.
sure that they're not allowed.
I'm pretty sure you're not allowed.
Okay. And there may be some people doing it anyway.
Probably, people.
It seems like most of the places where it's not allowed, you'll still, if you go on Airbnb, you'll see a unit
right,
available for rent. So you're like,
yeah.
well, hey, I think they're good.
And I think at one time I think it's happened, obviously. I think I was at the pool once. I'm like, oh, I've never seen you before. They're like, oh, we're from Australia. We're here for a week. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, so, because you kind of know the people after being here. After a while, you get to
Right. You'll see a new face and recognize that that's a new face.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. If you're up for it, we can go take a look at some of the spots that we've talked about.
Absolutely.
And then we'll be
Let's
done.
do that.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
See, it's very serene out here and calm.
Beautiful.
But there's your putting green.
I love it.
And you know what? I should bring my clubs down here and practice for sure.
In the doggy park.
And the doggy park over there. And then there's a little trail that goes to the outside.
Okay. A couple barbecues there.
Yeah, I'll probably come down here on Sunday and grill myself. But yeah, the dog park, and you just chill and hang
That's
out.
what 45 Stories looks like.
Yes, I'm on 28. I like it. I love it.
Floor 28.
28, yeah.
That's
I'm a little up there.
You have an awesome view.
I do, yes.
Okay. What are you looking at?
I have two patios, so I'm looking at downtown Stratosphere from one bedroom, and then the other bedroom, the Westgate Country Club.
Yeah.
You can see, the Country
Las
Club.
Vegas Country Club.
So yeah.
Cool. What's next? What else are we going to look at?
Well, here's just the outdoor. One of my favorite spots, especially during the summer, is the. I love the barbecue area, but the barbecue / outside entertainment. You're out here laying out on the sun and hanging out, but they have a TV. See, there's people out there watching TV, relaxing.
They're waving at us. No, he wasn't. He was
No,
just
yeah, he's very animated with his storytelling. So yeah, there's a TV out there, and there's a full-on refrigerator, so you can just bring all your snacks and food.
Awesome. That's like Mexico. It reminds me of Mexico. A lot of places like that.
Oh, there's the high rises and stuff there.
Oh yeah. And you got Sandy Beach here. That
A
is so
sandy
cool.
beach. There's kids playing and whatnot. You have everything here. You really don't need to leave. And actually, this is one of my favorite spots. I come out here, lay out, read a book, hang out with friends, have some drinks, bring their cooler, and yeah, it's awesome.
And you can walk to the strip.
You can walk to the strip. I've walked many times over to the SLS, or even just go on a little run or a jog.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
When it was COVID, we weren't allowed, only certain people. So there we go. This is nice. There's everything you need is here, literally. So super convenient. You come downstairs, you go upstairs and get ready. So it makes it super nice.
Let's see what we're doing here.
Whoa! I can't even do one. Well, that's pretty much it. Turnberry Towers. It's amazing place to be. I love
Jen,
it.
Thank you so much for showing
Absolutely.
us Turnberry Towers. It's
Yes.
an incredible tour. I'm sure everybody out there in the world is going to enjoy looking at it. And I just want to take a moment to mention that Jen is an incredible mortgage lender. And
Thank you.
if you're a realtor or a buyer or somebody who needs to refinance, contact Jen. I can tell you from personal experience, she's an incredible professional lender who's really a pleasure to work with because she has a really good team around her and they are on top of their business. And you came in and saved a loan that was a total disaster.
Oh, thank
It was
you.
a close personal friend of mine who bought a house and their lender was not doing their job. Jen's team came in, saved the day. I just had a dinner at that house with my friend the other night and she couldn't be happier. She's raving about you. So anybody that needs a
Thank you.
lender, call Jen, and we'll put her information in the description below.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Thanks so much.
Bye bye. Thank you, Cassie.
All right.